Hello. So I'm going to continue on with the story. It was pretty much after his mother passed away and we moved that things just changed. He was drinking way more, just got way more verbally and emotionally abusive. Could be very, very nasty and mean to me in the things he said and did. He was never too physically violent with me, but there were incidences, and it was more he would just be out of control on a rampage and smash anything in sight. My children grew up with a lot of yelling and screaming and arguing and banging and smashing and probably not feeling very safe, and I never felt safe. I don't want to say too much here because it's just not what I want to do. I just went through a 13-year relationship with a lot of domestic violence is all I need to say. And living with an alcoholic is very hard. It's like you're just walking on eggshells constantly. He never made me feel loved. He never made me feel beautiful or never said nice things about me, never bought me nice things or took me anywhere. Just didn't treat me the way that you treat somebody you love. He said a lot of very horrible things to me and about me that really affected my self-worth and how I viewed myself. Growing up, I was not a bigger person. I went through stages, in my teenage years where you get a little bit chubby, but I was not a bigger person. And I put on quite a lot of weight with my first pregnancy. None really at all with my second. I was very sick, but then I put on a bit more again with my third pregnancy. And so I was overweight and quite overweight, and he would say a lot of stuff about that to me. And in my opinion, from what I know now, we never really had a S connection. If you get me, intimate in the bedroom. I believe because of my previous trauma in that area, and my mistrust of males, I struggled a lot. And to be honest, most of the time did not really want to be doing it. Sometimes I did. I'm not going to say I never did. But there wasn't the connection that you should have with someone you're intimate with. There was not the passion, the romance, the pleasure, you get me. It was like we met, I fell pregnant almost immediately, and we were a forced together family. Basically, we both had childhood trauma. We both had issues that we hadn't dealt with. We were both unhealed. When it got quite bad, I would say the last 3 to 4 years, I changed, and I was always a very quiet person, and I was always didn't stand up for myself and tried to do what I was told and tried to do the right thing, and wasn't always doing the right thing, but I tried. And let him push me around, etc. And And the last few years we were together, I can admit I got very, very nasty. He turned me into a not so nice person. Pretty much my whole life, everybody that was supposed to love me and treat me properly and nurture me and give me unconditional love treated me badly. And I got to a point where I had enough when I was 25. So that would have been about 5 years before I broke up with him. I found my birth mother, and she'd given me a few different stories that I found out weren't true. And one of them was that my father had forced himself on her, and I was a result of that. And she let me think that and believe that for a couple of years. And that had a massive impact on me because I just kept thinking that's why nobody can love me. That's honestly what I thought. I was so beaten down, if that's how you say it. I had no self-esteem, no self-worth, no self-value, nothing. I hope you didn't, oh my gosh, I hope you didn't hear that. That was my stomach. It sounded like it was not my stomach, but it was, I promise you, if you heard it. So I really thought that I was a result of an act where there was no love. So that meant that I couldn't be loved. And it was also at a time where I started to get a lot of aches and pains and bad fatigue, and that's when my chronic illness started. I was having panic attacks all the time. My nerves were so bad. I had to call the police on him so many times and have him removed because he was just out of control. And I went through so much. And I didn't really tell many people what was actually going on. And I didn't really feel like I had a lot of support. I had some friends and family that were in my lives, but some of his family I was close to, I couldn't tell them what was actually going on because I didn't want them to think badly of him. And I couldn't, have any support there because I didn't want them to know anything. But other than that, they were a big part of my lives and a very important part of my lives. And I love them dearly, and they're my family, and they always will be. It does not matter that I broke up with him. They're my family. And I didn't want to tell my family what was going on. It's just what you do in that situation. What happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors, kind of thing. And I went through the last couple of years of my relationship with him not knowing what was wrong with me. I was going through test after test, going to doctors, having scans, going to this specialist, that specialist. They didn't know what was wrong with me. I was so scared. I had 3 young kids. I didn't know if something was wrong with me and I was going to die because my mother died when I was young, so it just made me think that's what happens. I went through so much, and I feel like I was very, very close to my health just ending my life at a lot younger age than it should have. And my nerves and everything was so bad. I could not cope. I was not coping at all. But I'm going to end this one here and I'll be back. Bye.